attendance rates in the league. But listen, this is a Bulls organization that has to figure out its right direction and see how they can continue to build and find a way to build from the ground up and reach new heights, whether it is going a more rebuilding route, a more in the middle route, versus going and really taking big swings. I think this is an organization that is very much trying to find their direction.
Oh, you're kind of setting the table. What could happen with this team? Good stuff. And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Passes it to Vucevic. And the rejection by Holmgren. Here's Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Ball with it. He kicks it to White. Pass to Vucevic, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Ball with a wide open look. You know, Shubs, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double-checking, and the game continues on.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thank you, David. And Shams, nothing gets to work out like your phone. We're here, we're talking NBA, we're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a third hidden in your bag. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis, and the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours, but this is what we signed up for. This is what we love, to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it. And here is Ball after the three-pointer from Hardaway. And Ball gets double-teamed. Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Can't be too surprised by this. Vucevic got the room, and he went to work.
Hardaway against Ball. MP looking around. Again, Oklahoma City.
Well, you can't start the game. Much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Here's ball. Basket counts.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
So, Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA team and different activities.
Yes, well said. Catching up now on the changes for Chicago. Jalen Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Those The Bulls leading by 4. So for Oklahoma City right now, Dort and Williams up in the forward position. Hardaway is up there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Holmgren in at the 5 down low.
Checking into the game for your Bulls, Kobe White.
The pass to Williams. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Hardaway. And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your like I'm talking to my teenage daughter. What is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin. I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your offseason is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to be informed.
And you always do. You always do. And the league continuing, Shams, to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
Have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try. If you can't find a cause to really overturn it in a minute or two, let's keep this game moving. I think we all love a free-flowing game.
I agree. Hardaway for 3, and it's White with the rebound.
And you can tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Yeah, he may have had space, but the defense did a nice job closing that gap quickly.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. And Coach Mark Dagnall said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. Chicago calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure that they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Thunder making a change here. Williams is checked in. A moment for an injury report. And now, David Aldridge has an update for us on Jalen Smith. Watch the news, David.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with Chicago's head athletic trainer. He said it was not what they wanted to hear. It's a broken hand. Well, you hate suffering injuries any time of the year, but it's especially impactful this early on. A tough break. Back to you guys.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in and on the sideline.
Yeah, you never want to speculate on injury, but that didn't look like something you were going to bounce back from quickly.
Here's Hardaway. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Hardaway for 3. Rebound by Williams. Bulls trail by 4. Pass to Levine. From 11 feet away. The Thunder pull it in. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Well, they shot it well because of how selfless they were. You need that kind of chemistry and cohesion on the road.
The Bulls have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
And in the first quarter, he was consistently getting to the line and really causing headaches for the D. Haven't seen that same type of consistency here in
last game. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder out in front. They lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime to get quarter underway.
Please give a big round of applause for your Bulls youth dance team.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
The wingman, White and Levine. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. And it's Ball in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Hardaway kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Great, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Dort wide open with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Dort's got his first 3 points of the game. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 6. Here's ball. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The Bulls shooting 43% from the field. Outside, White. And nothing is falling for him right now. The Thunder leading by 8. Dort attacking. Outside Hardaway. And it's sent back by White.
And I love seeing White use that athleticism on defense. Great hustle to swat that shot.
No coverage that time. White's got his first basket.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And Greg, despite not winning Rookie of the Year, Holmgren had a historic start to his career.
And he would have won the award most seasons, but he obviously had some stiff competition. Regardless, he proved to be a versatile big man with star potential.
Here's White. Deep 2 from Ball. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. MP way outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Bulls trail by 8. Here's White. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
Hardaway from outside. They get the rebound. Here's Holmgren. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. The Bulls have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Ball, the pass to Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Yeah, Vucevic is having no problem finding chances to score. The defense has to rethink how they're defending.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with the for the Bulls. White comes in for Levine, and Ball subbed in for... Vucevic. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
And also the hustle showing through with all those steals and not giving much breathing room for the offense to operate.
So for Oklahoma City right now, the wings, it's Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort. The post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. And it's Hardaway in at the 1. Bulls trail by 4. To the inside. Ball uses the glass to finish the layup.
And make no mistake, Giddey is a skilled passer who knows when and where to put the ball.
And here is Hardaway. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Down to the 5 on the shot clock. With the shot. Good. Nothing but net. Hardaway has got 27. Here's Dosunmu. Poked loose. Hardaway with the steal. Here's Dort. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Now it's a 6-point Thunder lead.
Some physicality there from Lou. Pushing past the contact and into the shot.
Passes it to Carter. Now Dosunmu. Defended by Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. Giddey, no good.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Right wing. Holmgren kicks to Dort. Oklahoma City moving it around. It's Dort on the wing. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. To the paint, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Vucevic checked in for the Bulls. Williams comes in for Carter. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 1:56 left to play here in the fourth.
Time for T-shirts.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Josh Giddey. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. Now, he talked about keeping confidence. He said, this game is close, but we know we're the better team. Now it's time to go out there and prove it. See if they can come back in this one, guys.
Thanks so much, David. Hardaway against White. Outside Hardaway. Just 5 on the clock. Williams with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander against Ball. Here's Levine, and he slams it down right on top of Chet Holmgren.
Those are huge points from Levine. Stepping up.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. White against Hardaway. The shot from the low post is good. And the Thunder lead by 6. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Bulls. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
And an intentional foul right there.
Lonzo Ball. First personal foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Hardaway. 2 shots.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
They got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They trail by 6. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
It's time for T-shirts. Once again, your Chicago Lovables.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
The Thunder. Hardaway.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Chicago with the ball.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.
Now here's Hardaway.
That's the end of the game. We appreciate you all for coming out and showing your support here tonight. Please get home safe, and we will see you again soon.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks.